How are you guys playing so well right now?
That's a good question. I think it's just a culmination of a lot of hard work. I think we have, a good level of talent. You have to have that, right? But most importantly, this team, they just compete right. They've learned some tough lessons this year. We've played, one of the tougher schedules in the country, and I think they've handled that adversity well, and now that's all paying off. They understand what it takes to win, how hard you have to play every day, how hard you have to focus mentally, and it's a team that really likes each other, so that's key. In our game, that's really important, so chemistry is vital. And, they come to the gym every day, excited to be there, and a team that's excited to be where they are is going to go places, and that's what they're doing right now.
So what does this season say about the team's growth? I mean, you guys had over 20 losses last year. I mean, just the growth of the program, the growth of the team. Like, what does that say about this team?
Well, it's remarkable, and I really liked this group going into the year. I thought, well, I think we can be a really good basketball team. I didn't know how many wins. I didn't know if we could win a year ago, we didn't win many in conference, just 4 games. And we kind of lost what we had the year before, where we knew how to win and got over that hurdle of believing that when you take the court, even in our conference, you deserve to win and can. This group has earned that back, and so it's amazing to get a team that has, 9 freshmen and sophomore to play at a level that is, nearing elite. And so it's fun to watch, and I'm happy for them, and it's what we envisioned, and I'm happy that it's happening sooner than later.
Right, exactly. And especially with this team being so young, that's great news for the future of the squad. Who do you, especially, with the loss of Jamie Weisner, a lot of these young players have had to step up, Sidney Weiss and everything. Tell me about some of these young players like Gabby Hoffman and Ruth Hamlin, stepping up to fill that void that Weisner left.
Yeah, losing Jamie is a huge blow. You lose your leading scorer. That's not easy to recover from, and sometimes that can throw you off your game. Well, like I said, this team has been handling adversity all year. We threw them to the wolves with one of the toughest non-conference schedules in the country, and maybe the toughest one we've ever had at Oregon State. And they handle that adversity well. Well, this is just another one. Jamie goes down. Well, that's not going to throw us off our game. It can't. We have to rise to the challenge. So who's going to do it? And you mentioned a few players. Ruth Hamlin certainly has been a dominating force for us in conference, especially in the middle. And then Alyssa Martin moves back into the starting lineup. And we have the luxury of having a 3-year starter on our team, our one senior. And so Alyssa's just done a phenomenal job, during the stretch here. And then you mentioned Gabby Hansen, and Gabby has been a utility player for us, playing huge minutes from about mid-December on, and her role has increased, and she's just handled it beautifully. But I think everyone has stepped their game up, which is really what you hope for, and a neat sign, and a team that's going places has that.
Do they refer to Hamlin as the Hammer? I guess that's her nickname.
It is.
Do they call her that in practice?
The Canadian Hammer. I think everybody does. It's just obviously a term of endearment, and it was coined by Joe Burton. A year ago, Joe was tweeting that out, the Canadian Hammer, when she was blocking shots, and so I think she fits it well. Especially on the defensive end.
If you had to have one name for Sydney, would it be the Sniper?
I'm telling you, the long range assassin.
Yeah.
She is that. She's so smooth and unassuming on the floor at times, and then the next thing you know, the way she passes the ball and creates shots for her teammates, and the daggers she's knocking down from kind of wherever she feels like shooting from at that moment. It's tough to defend, and it makes us pretty good.
So with the win on Friday against Arizona, you guys have a bye for the Pac-12 tournament, and then obviously afterwards, the talk of maybe making the big dance. It's been almost 18 years since the Beavers have made the tournament. Is that something you guys talk about, or is that just like the big elephant in the locker room?
Yeah, no elephants. We know exactly where we're at. I deal in honesty. I think that's the best way to do it, and I've learned that over the years. And so we know where we're at in the standings. We knew going into this past weekend that a win over both the Washington schools would pretty much eliminate them from competition with us. It'd put them behind us with tiebreakers, and so I like that. I think it's important that you know those things and that you deal with them appropriately. So we know what's riding on this weekend, and not only this weekend, but the tournament as well next weekend. And so This team has handled that well all year. I don't see that changing. And, we talk about 80 minutes. We have 80 minutes to play this weekend. That's all we get, a whole week of preparation to play for 80 minutes. Let's not waste one of them and play our best basketball.
And, one of those 80 minutes, 40 of those 80 minutes is against Arizona State, your guys' last loss.
Mm-hmm.
How are you guys, do you guys feel like since you're at home now, with the energy and the crowd, you guys are 12-1 at home this season. Does that give you guys a slight advantage over the Sun Devils?
Well, I don't know. We have to play great. I think being at home has been great for us. You mentioned our record. We do feed off the crowd. We've played great basketball here, and the one loss was Notre Dame, which might have been one of our best games of the year. And so, I'm looking forward to, we all are looking forward to being home, and no matter who it is, and we know like I said, we've got 80 minutes. We've got to play great against Arizona. Arizona beat Arizona State 2 weeks ago, so we can't sleep on anyone, and so we're excited for the challenges.
What do you think it would mean for this program, which has been kind of, on the low end of the conference for the past 2 decades to actually make the tournament? What do you think that would mean for the school and for the program as a whole?
Oh, I mean, how do you put that in words? I don't know. That's what we all came here to do, though. Didn't come here to be 500. Didn't come here to lose. We came here to turn this program into a winner. Everyone in this program's won a lot. Wherever we came from, we've all won a lot, and we expect that. So it would just be us realizing dreams, and it would validate our decisions to be here, and certainly, an alum as I am of this school, I came here to make Beaver fans happy, and put smiles on their faces and give them just one more reason to be excited about this school, and it would do that, and so that would be a dream come true.
As a Beaver alum and a native Oregonian, I looked it up. You are, out of all the D1 basketball coaches, you're the only native Oregonian.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow, good research. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, personally, what would that mean to you? Just as, people in Corvallis and just around the state, they love their native sons. What do you think that would just mean? Just to give the fans back, everything that they've paid for so long.
Yeah, that's like I said, dream come true. And when we won the title at George Fox several years ago, it was so neat to represent the West Coast in a sport that's really dominated by the East, and so you can win from the West, and certainly Tara at Stanford has proven that you can get it done, from this coast as well. I know how hard it is, and so that's something that is, it's something that drives me, and so, so being from this state, being able to represent the state on a national stage, it doesn't get better than that.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
Yep, my pleasure.
Awesome.